Hello, Bible Fellowship Church. This is Pastor Chris, and I'm back here with Daniel Bagherpour for Digging Deeper. You guys, look, check out behind us. We are in a different location. Daniel, this is cool, man.
Yeah.
We're over here at Hope in the Valley Baptist Church here in town, and we just got through filming
Pastor Dale and Pastor Santos and
Pastor Luis. Yeah, we're filming the promo video for our next worship night. It's going to be right here at Hope in the Valley, so you guys need to check it out. It's going to be amazing. June 25th, just so you know. But I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Sunday's message. Man, I'm excited about this, Daniel, because we're introduced to another character, as we're going through these kingdom hero things.
Yeah.
And here we see Phillip being told by God to go down to a road that leads to the desert. Literally, that's what God tells him. He says, go to a road that leads to a desert. And Phillip just goes.
He obeys.
He obeys, man. I couldn't do it. I mean, I would like to say I would do it, but look, I would be like, no, Lord, look, where exactly do you want me to go? Where's this road going to end? How much money is it going to cost? What do I need to pack in my bags? I mean, what is it? But no, Phillip just obeys. He just goes. And so on that road, he meets a fellow, this guy that we don't even know his name, by the way.
No, just the Ethiopian eunuch.
He's just referred to as the Ethiopian eunuch. Yeah, and the Bible tells us that he works in the government, if you will, as the treasurer for the queen of Ethiopia.
Right.
So he's got this high up government office, job, and he has gone to Jerusalem to worship in the temple. We were talking about this a minute ago. He's a Jewish African.
Yeah.
I mean, that's bizarre. I mean, I was thinking about that. I'm like, this guy lives in Ethiopia. He's African. And he's made a journey to Jerusalem to worship in the temple because he's clearly Jewish.
Yeah.
And he hops in his chariot. Okay, he's riding back down the road to Ethiopia after his worship in the temple. And there Philip is. And as he's riding along, he's reading from the prophet Isaiah. And Philip is there. God has appointed him to be there. And Philip begins to explain to him what he's reading. And right there on that road, this African gentleman gives his life to Christ. And as Philip's describing this scene, or this event, right, as this event is unfolding, they see a body of water on the side of the road, and they stop the chariot, and they jump out, and Philip baptizes the Ethiopian right there on the side of the road.
Yeah.
And then boom, he disappears. God takes him away. And then, this is so cool, man, I love this. And then the Ethiopian guy continues on his journey back home. And so many scholars believe that this was the beginning of the gospel as it made its way into Africa.
Right.
God loved the African people.
Yeah.
And so the gospel message went into Africa through this experience with Philip and this Ethiopian as he took that incredible message back to Ethiopia. He left Ethiopia as a Jewish man. He returned to Ethiopia as a sold-out, 100% follower of Jesus Christ, born-again Christian man. And I'm telling you, I'm sure he's on fire, man.
Yeah.
And he's telling everybody about Jesus.
Yeah, and to this day, Ethiopia is a Christian nation.
Right. Isn't that so cool?
Yeah.
It just reminded me, that God is in control. He guides our steps and our path. And oftentimes, we just need to wait on His direction. That's so hard for me. I want to just get out there and do something. I'm like, God, you haven't spoken in a while, so I'm just going to take the lead here.
Yeah.
and I'm going to go do something.
That's how you drown in the Red Sea, Chris.
Right? But Philip was just minding his business, man. He's preaching the gospel. Where he's at, and God says to him, Philip, you need to go on this road. And he's like, done. Goes on the road.
Yeah.
And then boom, he witnesses to this Ethiopian eunuch, this government official from Ethiopia.
Yeah.
Baptizes him. Boom, the guy's saved. He goes home, and the gospel makes inroads into Africa. I mean, it is such a cool thing.
Yeah.
But man, isn't it hard for us to just wait on the Lord?
It is.
And then to just take those small steps of faith, because He doesn't always tell us everything.
Most of the time, He tells me very little.
Yeah. And so I want to know how much it's going to cost. I want to know where I'm going. I want to know all these things. But oftentimes, God doesn't give us all the details. He just simply says, go.
Yeah.
And if we do that, and we do it in the power of the Holy Spirit, He's going to work out His great plan in our lives. Mm-hmm. And we'll see these incredible things take place. And so, man, we need to be a little more like Philip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's definitely a hero, man. That guy's pretty incredible.
We were,
So-
we were talking about it when you feel something crazy that you're supposed to do, it's like welling up inside of you, and you're like, no, that sounds like it will make me look really dumb, or that'll really embarrass me, take me out of my comfort zone. Usually, more often than not, in my experience, it's usually been God telling me, hey, Daniel, you need to be a fool for me.
Well, he wants us to exercise faith, right?
Yeah.
It's because without faith, it's impossible to please him. So
Right.
he'll often ask us to do things that don't make sense.
Yeah, like walk down a road
Yeah.
into the desert.
It doesn't make any sense. You're like, wait a minute, God. No. I think you're missing some details in your instructions here. Like, I think you're missing something here. But no, he oftentimes will just ask us to do these things that don't make sense. But in the end, it makes sense.
Yeah.
When we see the whole picture, it makes sense. And we're like, wow, I've had those moments where you're just like, wow, God was really working. Anyways, I want to encourage you guys to take those steps of faith today and this week. Maybe God's asking you to do something and you're like, I don't understand it. I can't make sense of it. But he wants you to take that step of faith and just go. And then he'll fill in all the details and work it all out. Listen, live a life of faith. Let's do that. Let's live like Philip. Let's do what God asks. And I think we're going to experience incredible miracles in the power of his presence. So God bless you guys. Thanks for joining us for Digging Deeper. And Daniel, let's go down the dirt road, man, to the desert.
Yeah. We're in the desert.
We're in the desert, man. Yep. Anyways, God bless you guys. We'll see you again soon.